Last night, just before we came on air, Dominic Cummings launched his most vicious attack on the Prime Minister to date. He made it perfectly clear that he and others had told the Prime Minister that the party, the Bring Your Own Bottle Booze Up party, should not go ahead, and that the Prime Minister had simply brushed it away. But he then made the most serious accusation you could possibly make against the Prime Minister, namely that he lied to Parliament. Now, Boris Johnson has responded to this today. He did an interview with Sky News. Let's have a look at a small section of it.
I do humbly apologise to people for misjudgments that were made, but that is the very, very best of my recollection about this event. That's what I've said to the inquiry. We'll have to see what they say.
Dominic Lawson wrote in the Sunday Times that as well you had been told by two officials it was a party and should be cancelled. You were dismissive. He writes, you said they were overreacting, said Martin Reynolds was your loyal Labrador. Is that also untrue?
Well, I've told you, and I repeat, I'm deeply sorry for misjudgments that were made.
Misjudgments?
And yes, because ultimately,
it seems like you're trying
Beth,
to pass the blame on
no,
people.
I carry full responsibility for what took place. But nobody told me. I'm absolutely categorical about it. Nobody said to me, this is an event that is against the rules, that is in breach of what we're asking everybody else to do, should not go ahead.
Well, I have to say, there's the Prime Minister saying he didn't know it was against the rules. But hang on, am I missing something? Wasn't it this Prime Minister who actually set those rules? And I think you could hear and see in that interview he was in considerable trouble. Now, the other question I guess to ask is, do we believe Dominic Cummings? Do we believe the man whose excuse for driving to Barnard Castle, a full 25 miles away, over that Easter weekend, that he was testing his eyesight? I mean, I don't think I've ever heard a more ludicrous excuse in the whole of my life. So do we believe Cummings, who clearly is motivated by negativity, motivated by bringing down the Prime Minister? It's not nice, it's not pretty, it's ugly. I have to say, on a personal level, I can't stand Dominic Cummings, and I've always found Boris, not always on politics, but in personal terms, one-to-one, a very pleasant chap to meet. But the stakes could not be higher. And it isn't just Dominic Cummings saying this. Indeed, there are senior journalists who spoke to others that were in Number 10 at the time who say Johnson was categorically told this party was a bad idea and that it was against the rules. And yet, he didn't say that to Parliament. He gave completely the opposite impression. This is now gunfight at the OK Corral. This is now the issue that will decide whether Boris Johnson can stay as Prime Minister or not. I'm asking you, who do you believe? Do you believe the Prime Minister or do you believe Dominic Cummings?